Hello? Oh wait, I never had this muted. Okay, well, you heard me typing. Hi everybody! How's everyone doing today? I am, oh god, shoot, I screwed up. I leaned against my desk. Oh no. How's everyone doing today? Oh no, I'm running. Oh no, I'm running low on paper towels too. What are we doing today? How's everyone doing today? Hope you're all well. Is everyone good? Clean that off. Oh god. I was gonna work on a video today, but I worked on helmet instead. All the dust. Don't need this anymore, actually. Get rid of this. Should I have the apron on? Yeah, I'll put the apron on. The apron's for when we build printers. That's heavy. There you go. You go right there. I got the, from the build yesterday, how we were missing the corner pieces. Look, I found corner pieces. I found the corner pieces we were missing. You want to know where they were? You want to know where the corner pieces were? They were at Amazon, because I had to buy these. So yeah, so I got corner pieces. So, yay, Amazon. Next day delivery, yay. You can go up there. Amazon, yep, Amazon. Amazon. So today's stream should be fun. I don't know how far we're gonna get. I don't think we'll get it completely done. I don't plan on it. But we're building a Deathracer. What is a Deathracer? It's this. I have a link in the video description. I think they have a sale on it on their AliExpress page as well. So I think I have an affiliate link for AliExpress in the video description. So if you want to check it on there, or Big Tree Tech directly if you do want to get one of these. As much as I would like to, I will not be bringing this to Smurf. 2 reasons. 1, I don't know if we'll get it built in time. I don't know if we'll get it done tonight. And 2, I don't have I don't have room to bring it. Whenever I'm flying, I only travel with carry-on. I don't check bags, especially if it's just me. So I won't have room to bring it, essentially. So if I do bring this to an event, it'll be like maybe Rocky Mountain in the future, probably not, but it'll be like Murph and Earth and maybe the Detroit one in the future. But yeah, I don't know about you. I kind of dig this look. Like I'm not gonna leave it this look, but I'm working on the power armor finally. I'm finally picking away at it, the prepping and finalizing the pieces, getting ready for paint. I kind of dig this look. This like bondoed, sanded, like I screwed up and I used silver primer instead of regular primer, so it's like already metallic. I kind of like this look. I might do one of the pieces, one of like the leg pieces or a shoulder piece. I'll leave like raw or something just to give it a kind of look, but that's coming along. All the sanding and the priming and the sanding and the priming and the painting and then the sanding and then the priming and then the painting. Remind me never to leave the parts up there though. I learned the hard way. I can't leave helmets on the Pantheon because the Pantheon shakes too much and it will throw them off. Are you flying into I'm flying into Manchester. Finding a flight was a pain in the butt. Thank you, Hugh Forge, for sponsoring. But finding a flight in was an absolute pain because, like, so I'm in Canada, and the problem is there was like no flights that go into Manchester that are direct. So for me, it was like, okay, how am I going to get there? Okay, well, I got to get to Manchester. Okay, Windsor to Manchester. Let's look at Air Canada. Because yeah, last year when I flew Air Canada, and I flew into London. It was a direct, well, somewhat direct flight, a little 45-minute flight from Windsor to Toronto, and then a flight Toronto to Heathrow. Nice and easy. But Manchester, there are no direct flights. So with Air Canada, it's like 45-minute flight from Windsor to Toronto, 4-hour layover, then a like 8 or 9 hour flight from Toronto to Frankfurt or Charles de Gaulle, one of the two. And then like another 6 or 7 layover. and then fly into Manchester. So I was like, okay, we're not taking Air Canada. So like, what about Delta? I fly Delta a lot. Pretty much the same thing, only I skipped that 45-minute flight. So like Delta, I think Delta was the Frankfurt, where it's like you fly into Frankfurt, you wait 6 or 7 hours, and then you fly into Manchester. But then I was looking. Iceland Air, of all people. The cheapest flight, and it's like direct from Detroit to Iceland. I go to Reykjavik, Iceland, spend like an hour and a half there, and then fly 2.5 hours to Manchester. So I'll take it. I will take it. So that's what I'll be doing Thursday night into Friday morning, because I'm leaving Thursday night and I get back Friday, or I land in Manchester Friday morning. Okay. Junkyard Space Warrior. Well, it's a T-45 power armor. They don't go to space. So what are we doing tonight? We are building a Deathracer. If you don't know what a Deathracer is, if you've been to any of the Rep Rap Fests over the last little bit, let me pull up. Actually, good question. If anyone has the manual for how to build this, link it in the Discord. I don't know if there's a manual or there's a video. Let me find it. This is a Deathracer. I think Sam has it on his channel. Yeah. Yeah, so this is a Deathracer. So TLDR, they're little tanks. They're little RC printed tanks. So the fun thing with them is they're basically rock'em sock'em robots. So they're little tanks and they have like a little arm, and there's a few different variants of it. This is just the stock kit. You had to self-source it if you wanted to build one of these, but now Big Tree Tech has a kit. Disclosure, Big Tree Tech sent me this kit. They didn't pay for it, or I didn't pay for it. I got this for free. They're not paying for me to do anything with it. It's just the usual, here's a free thing, make content out of it, and we're even. So there's that. So obviously this is live. They're not seeing it pre-production. I haven't even gone through the box. I just kind of poked my head in. I've got all my printed parts here. I printed everything in PC nylon, or correction, glass-filled nylon and carbon fiber nylon. So everything's a little strong, hopefully. And these are cool. So they're little RC battle tanks, and they have a little arm on them. And you basically, they're rock'em sock'em robots. The whole point is to knock your opponent's head off. So let's get old green up here. Look at the greenie cam. Look at the greenie cam here. Let me make the text smaller. We know the camera's broken. I don't need it that big. There we go. So we got, ooh, they're carbon fiber rods. Cool. So we got carbon fiber rods, ECCs, motors, gearboxes. This should have everything you need to build it here. And then this is the controller. And this is the controller. So the only thing this doesn't come with, I believe, is batteries, which I do have batteries for this. I believe they run on 2S's if I'm not mistaken. Let me actually pull up the kit. BTT Deathracer kit. Yeah. By the way, I love this sub-brand name. Whoever came up with the Functionals sub-brand for Big Tree Tech was really on the ball for marketing. So these are Deathracers. I don't think I printed these skirts, and I don't have the Comey on the front or whatever that is. So this is everything that comes with it, with like the stock build. I think the only thing you really need is the batteries. Yeah, I think like the only thing you really need is the printed parts and the batteries. Yeah. I'm kind of disappointed it doesn't link to any manual or anything. That's kind of like, I wish like there was like a link to the manual. Battery, printed part, patience. Yep. Yeah, so there's no, like, this isn't super hard to build. We've already built one of these on a stream. It was a while ago. It was like 2 years ago, I believe. And it was one of the like I ordered the wrong parts. I used like the wrong spec of motor for it. Like the one I built isn't how I would build one. I used a lot of the wrong parts essentially. I used motors that were too high RPM, not enough torque. So my Deathracer, I had to like PWM it down so that I could actually control it and not have it spaz out. But the problem is when I did that, I would lose all my torque. And then I also printed, the only thing I haven't printed for this one yet is the body of the driver, because I kind of want to play around with that. I might do my own head for it. And so I haven't got to that point yet. But part of that is I printed it originally in like ABS on my original one. And the problem with ABS is it shrinks too much. So my head, one, I printed it with Voron settings. So my head was too heavy and it didn't really lock in properly. So if I accelerated too quickly, I would knock my own head off. So, yeah. But if you need some filament to print something, every stream we give away a spool of filament from POLYMAKER. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance. Kit or kit not lot? The kits are 30% off AliExpress for the next 6 hours. Yeah, so if you're interested in building one of these, I do have a generic like AliExpress affiliate link in the video description. So just like, if you want to help the channel, click on that link and then just search anything on on AliExpress and I'll get credit for it. It won't cost you anything extra. But I do believe that if you search for it and find it, you can do that. So let's get building. So there's really not a lot of parts to this. It does come with the Big Tree Tech rubber ducky, so that's important there. I've got all my printed parts here. So, oh, I forgot to take these apart. I kept having like, when I was printing the tracks, I would have one fall over and it got really annoying. So I gave up and I started printing all my tracks with brims. So now I got brims on them all that I got to clean up. And unfortunately, TPU brims don't clean up too easily. So we're going to be dealing with that for a bit. But yeah, so we got all the printed parts here are in glass-filled nylon or carbon fiber nylon. This stuff is the stuff from Pantheon. This stuff is the Triatech stuff. So, is there a manual for this or do I got to follow the video? I think it's just a video. If I remember correctly, I think the build manual for this is a video. Yeah, so we're gonna have to watch some Sam here. Just the cat. It's not crazy hard to build. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll skip the, okay, yeah. Where is the assembly? Where is the assembly? Let me find it here. The video, just the CAD, the video is painful. Well, let's start putting together stuff. I know how certain parts of this go together. This isn't that complicated of a build. It's more, I just want to make sure I'm using the right parts in the right locations kind of thing. So I know we got to put the treads together. So I know we got to put the tank treads together. So let's start with the tank treads. I got music playing. I've got to find a little hammer. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. I need a little piece of wood so I can beat on it. I need a sacrificial piece of wood. There is the wood. That is some wood, yeah. There we go, that'll work. Ooh, yeah. Hello, buongiorno. All the tread parts are printed. Yeah, all these are TPU printed treads. So these are the treads. I printed somebody's modded ones, so they got a little bit more grippy. And they're all printed in Fibrology. Fibrology 40D. And they go together quite simply. They just kind of, they're tank treads. So you get two, you put them together. There's like 3 on one side, 2 on one side. So they only really go together. You can't put them together the wrong way. And then you just put a pin through them and There you go. Do that 60 times. Twin stick controllers. You can do this with a pistol controller. You can do it with a regular RC controller. This is just what the kit comes with because this is like the cheapest option. And it's like the one most people use. So this is like the common option that everyone uses. So. There we go. You need a tank? Everyone needs a tank. I think that's what I put for the security question for the stream today is, what is your favorite tank? I want to know, what is your favorite tank? Are these all, how long are these pins? Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that works. This is going to take a while. So yeah, if anyone happens to find a better manual for this than the video, if you want to link it. Actually, if anyone has the CAD, can you link the CAD in the Discord too? Make sure they have a loose joint. It's less stress on the motor. I drilled holes on one side a bit. Oh yeah, these will break in. These will break in pretty quickly. Because I've done this before, and they tend to, they get pretty good pretty quick, I found. If I remember correctly. Here in Australia, mine is rainwater. What? Cat is on Patreon, can't share it. Get a lot of droughts. Oh yeah, Aussie land gets droughts. It's hot there. Size 77. It's only 60 for the tracks. It's 30 and 30 for the tracks for the stock size one. There's an extended frame variant of this. I don't have that. I have the standard size one. And the plan for this, if I can get it working, is I want to build this stock with like the whole like Rock'em Sock'em Robot part. But the thing is, the way this is designed, the bottom of it is basically its own thing. So the drive of this is its own independent thing, essentially. So I want to put a turret on this and put like a gel blaster or something. It's only $1 Patreon. Oh, I know. I'm just saying, if they're selling kits for this, if like Big Tree Tech is selling kits for this, then the plans and everything should be publicly available, or at least available if you buy the kit. Like have a QR code or something. I should, let me see. I had access to it before. I don't know if I still do. Let me see here. Let me see here. Go dig in, go dig in, go dig in. Where is it? Where is it? Let's see here. Instructions and step. Okay, yeah, let me download that. Download. Freaking YouTube, Google. It's like zipping files. Like, no, just give me my file. Mr. Bradley, yes. Yeah, because this is, while it's like Sam's project kind of thing, he's not the actual designer of this. It's extract all. Let's see. Instructions. There you go. Okay, so there you go. We got to put the tracks together. And then we put all that together, put all that together. There we go. 30 tracks per assembly. You need 60 for the full model. Okay. So there we go. When did you decide? Oh, I built one of these before, but they have a kit for them now, so I'm trying out the kit to see how the kit goes together. But I found while I was cleaning out the spare room downstairs, I actually found my original one, or what's left of my original one, because I ended up... It got well used at the event I brought it to. Ended up destroying a bunch of the printed parts, like, and whatnot. And then we did like a post-mortem of it to see how, like, what kind of condition it was in after everything. And that's when I'm like, yeah, I need to reprint a lot of this and get different hardware. So. They have FlashForge 5M en route with the enclosure kit. Nice. You'll have fun with that. Somebody was in my Discord today, and they're like, "Hey, I'm looking to get a printer that can do multi-material and have same-day support, like same-day support." And I'm like, "Okay, buy a Prusa." And they're like, "Oh, it's like pricey." And I'm like, "That's like your only option. If you want to get a machine, a 3D printer that is capable of multi-material, and you actually require same-day support that you can kind of guarantee." Yeah, you got to buy a Prusa. Because even Bamboo has support, but their support is spotty. We all know that. They've acknowledged that. And then you have like Creality and whatnot, where support is, you might luck out. It might take a week. They might send you a replacement part, and that's about all you're gonna get. So I'm like, yeah, if you're buying a printer for a business and you need support, you got to go Prusa. That's like your cheapest option, unless you want to go beyond Prusa. I'm experiencing Bamboo spotty support right now on your P1S. Oh no, what happened? I'm pretty sure I called that out a while ago with Bamboo. I'm like, they are growing way too fast. Like, they came out of the gate, which all the credit to them, they came out of the gate strong. But I'm like, you came out of the gate with a market dominating printer aimed at newbies in an industry where 3D printing is not a set it and forget it type thing. Like 3D printing is nowhere near slice and go. And I'm like, yeah, I knew they were going to get swarmed with support problems. And I'm like, oh, they are. Build is knowing to switch lengths to the screw. Oh. Well, we're going through the manual, so we'll get what we get. Doing the boring stuff first. Prusa, I horribly messed up my Mark III, shipped it to them, and they just charged me for the broken parts, refurbished, validated, and worked, and shipped it back less than $100. Nice. That is very good to hear. Power up here is my main. Okay, let me switch to live chat so I can actually see it. Pull the hammer further back. Yeah, but it's not the force I need, it's the precision. The problem is I can't hit it too hard because you have to drive it in small little steps to make sure it gets through everything. And it's a pin, so you can't really push it with your thumb or you're gonna stab yourself. So it's like I have to hit it with something, but I don't need to hit it that hard, but I need to hit it accurately. So. And I should probably count at some point to make sure, see how far I am far along. Need a thimble. I actually am kind of worried if it comes out and shoots into the side of my thumb. I think I stabbed myself the last time I did this. I can't remember. I don't know if I put the tracks together on stream. It's been like 2 or 3 years. Because I built... Okay, this year was the 3rd East Coast Rep Rap Fest I went to. I brought the Deathracer to the first one I went to. Or did I bring it? No, was it Murph? Did I bring it to Murph too? I can't remember. I think I only brought it to the one event. The problem with the vise is it's going to get annoying to clamp and unclamp, and these are TPUs, so they're squishy. This what I'm doing right now works. What do you need to supply with this? This kit comes with everything you need except for the printed parts and batteries. So you need to print all the parts, and you need the batteries. Now here's the thing, you don't need this kit. You can self-source this. You can self-source this. The kit is relatively new, and these have been around for a while. So you can self-source this if you want. It's just, there is a kit now if you don't want to bother with that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remote as well. Yeah, it came with the remote. It's just a cheap Fly Sky remote. Nothing fancy, but it's enough. It's enough to get you going. To a comp with it, I'll bring it to Rep Rap Fest. Plus, you know, I'm going to use it as a base to hopefully put a tent. I want to put, I do want to not build a fully stock one. One of the other reasons I haven't printed the driver yet is I want to figure out how to put an FPV camera in it. I want to put an FPV camera in the driver so I can drive it around with my head, like put the goggles on and watch it. And then if I get the head knocked off, it like cuts the feed. So I want to try and do that. Any issues with interference? I don't believe so. I don't know for sure. I've seen a bunch of these racing at once, and I've never seen it interference be an issue. You just change channels if it is. It's not a huge. Self-sourcing was way more expensive than the kit. I'm trying to remember how much I spent on mine originally. I can't remember. It was a while ago. Wife's inside, probably like, why is all that banging going on out there? FPV build? Yeah, I want to put a first-person camera in here so I can fly it with, I can drive it around using my FPV goggles. Because the plan is, what I want to do is use this as a base, put a turret on it. I want to put a different, like, top on it. Put a little gel blaster or something with an FPV camera so I can drive it around at night or something. I'm going to cover all the electronics with conformal coating so I can drive it in the snow. Hurry up and buy it before the tariffs. Oh, jeez. He's going to get really bad with those. Require another one. I have another one of these. I already built one of these. The problem is the one I built needs to reprint a bunch of the parts because they're broken, and the electronics aren't the greatest. I chose some of the wrong stuff. Like incorrectly spec motors, so it went fast, but it had like no torque, and steering it was a pain in the butt. Oh yeah, RS makes. If you went with the Mecanum one, yeah, those are probably more expensive. There's a variant of this that doesn't use tanks. It uses those Mecanum wheels so it can like go sideways and whatnot. And they're really cool to watch. Well, it's not a tank. It's a forklift at that point. Seems reasonable. Well, that's a good thing about an open source project. If somebody comes out with a kit for it, you can always just look at the bill of material and go, hey, would this be cheaper if I just bought it myself? Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. And especially nowadays with shipping costs being what they are a lot of the time, it's better just to pay, even if the kit is a little bit more than the BOM cost, because you only have to pay once for shipping and taxes and duties, it still usually comes out ahead. It's like nobody self-sources Vorons anymore for that reason. Nobody self-sources Voron builds anymore because of how much cheaper it is to go with a kit versus self-sourcing. Okay. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Voila. So this will connect like that. I'm not going to put that on, and that is one tank tread. So we have one tank tread. Whoa. Now we get to do that all over again, class. Are you excited? I'm excited. I'm so excited. I'm going to drink some of my gamer subs. I think you're gonna leak. No, we're good. Oh, it might have just been trapped in the lid. Yeah, okay, so for the printed parts, these are TPU. You want to print the treads out of TPU. Everything else, personally, some sort of PETG is probably your best bet because you want something with impact resistance. A lot of the parts are relatively not thin, but they're like this. So you want some impact resistance because this is gonna like smack into stuff, right? This is glass filled nylon, so this is pretty stiff, which should be better in some regards, but you don't want to go too stiff because that means it's brittle. But if it's stiff, that means your gears and motors will stay in relation to each other better and you won't have flexing and whatnot. I did mine originally out of ABS. And it held up pretty good. The gears destroyed themselves though. The gears, because there are gears in this, because you're translating the motor going this way to wheel going this way. So there's some gears involved. And these, you want to print those out of something strong and robust. So like a glass filled nylon in my case. Peak. Peak or peck or peck or peak. Will I print spare parts? No. There's no real point printing spare parts to bring to the events. Well, you can and people do. But the thing is, usually like when they, at the Rep Rap Fest that I've seen they do stuff on like the Saturday and the Sunday usually. But the thing is, it's like at 1 o'clock till 2 o'clock. So if it like breaks during a heat, you're not going to have a chance to fix it before the next heat usually. And then if you're gonna fix it overnight, well, there's a million people with 3D printers at Rep Rap Fest, so. I know the Vorons at some of these events have been shanghaied into printing replacement parts a few times over the years for people. So, wouldn't be the first time. Will ever make a bamboo make a large printer? I'm assuming probably, maybe. It depends on if it works in their marketing and their budget and what they're aiming to do. I know Creality beat them to the punch with that, so they're gonna have to play catch up. Because from what I've heard, the K2 seems to be a pretty good printer, and it's what, 350? Is it 300 or 350? I can't remember. But I've heard good things about the K2, so. 350, yeah. So here's the thing. This Bamboo fanboys ain't gonna want to hear this. Bamboo has nothing special. Bamboo printers are absolutely nothing special. They don't do anything, they don't print any better than any other modern printer with a good profile. They don't. In fact, in my opinion, their stock profiles are kind of shitty because they tend to print a little too fast and you get bad layer adhesion with certain materials like ABS. I've printed Voron parts on my X1 here. I run it at 60% stock speed because I found at 100% I was getting weak layers. So, the only what they came out with though was a competitive machine at the price at a time in the market when everyone else was doing V-wheel bed flingers still. So they were able to capitalize on being the first. But like structurally, like mechanically, these machines aren't anything. It's an enclosed core XY. Voron has been doing this since 2017, 2018, right? It's an enclosed core XY that comes out of the box pre-assembled and it's very newbie friendly. But now other printers are getting very newbie friendly as well. And they're also in high-speed enclosed core XYs. And they're not as locked down and proprietary. So it's going to be interesting to see how Bamboo fares in the long run. Because obviously they are trying to pivot to be the big boy in the industry, the big, the Ford of 3D printing for at home. But it'll be very interesting to see how things shape up over the next year. It's going to be very interesting over the next year because there are so many things we don't know. Yeah, Bamboo did the same thing DJI. Well, because it's the same company. They're all look up IDG Capital. If you want fun, just Google IDG Capital and see what companies they have in their portfolio. Their investment firm in China. Bamboo, Anchor, Baidu, Insta360, DJI. It's all under the same thing. You know the CEO of EcoFlow, that company that does the batteries that everyone gets sponsored to use all the time? Guess what? He was also at DJI too. It's all connected. Now, to be fair, a lot of American companies in the similar field all share senior leadership and whatnot. Let's be honest, it's not a new thing, but Anycubic, yeah, Anycubic's under there. I think Polymaker is. There's a bunch of companies. It's like in the US, how many companies get funded by, what is it? What's that Y Combinator or whatever that stupid startup thing is? Or like Peter Thiel or whatever is like got a million fingers in every pocket because it's all investment. It is what it is. It's not strictly a China thing. It's very common in the US too, where a lot of companies are really working under one company, or at least under one pool of money. So it's business. It's just going to be very interesting over the next year. I'm a firm believer we live in a global economy. I really don't care where stuff gets made. Make stuff where it makes the most sense to make stuff. And if it just happens to be cheaper over there, then it does. I'm sorry, like, I'm Canadian. All my shit's foreign, no matter what. So like the whole, ooh, made in America thing, does absolutely nothing for me. I don't care if it's made in America. It's still foreign to me. So I really don't care where stuff gets made, as long as it's made ethically, obviously, or at least as much as you can hope for. But we live in a global economy. The world is too small to be fretting over, ooh, they build it here instead of an hour over there. Can a company ever get out from under the big? No. At the moment your company is on the stock market, it loses its soul, in my opinion. Because the moment your company's on a stock market, you are beholden to your shareholders to continuously increase profits. And that's where you get companies where like, oh, we didn't make any money last year because we spent it all on executive bonuses and buying out other companies. So we're going to lay you all off and outsource it all. Instead of, just not make as much money. The only thing man can is wood. Yeah. Wood and shitty donuts and coffee. So Britain is the same. Well, it makes sense. You guys are a freaking small island. What I don't like is Canada is a small population, resource-rich country. So we should be like as well off as the Scandinavian countries, right? But no, we're not. Our GDP freaking sucks right now. It's horrible. Hortons never took off in the US. Yeah, you're not missing out on much. Tim Hortons isn't even Canadian anymore. It's Brazilian. Are you guys having fun? You're just watching me hammer. Shale oil. Yeah, the problem with shale oil is the tar sands are only worth it when oil is expensive, because it's dirty oil and it's expensive to extract. So while we have a lot of oil in Canada, it's expensive to get out of oil. It's not like that sweet crude that you can just, you know, Beverly Hillbilly shoot in the ground and it comes up. And it is not environmentally friendly to get. TPU grippy, it's a flexible filament. America wants its cheap resources. Well, then why are you guys slapping us with a freaking 25% tariff? Because again, we're not paying that. You are. let's slap a 25% tariff on our 2 nearest trading partners. That's smart. Canada does nothing for a small business above 24 and you get to relocate to the US. You know what? You know what's hilarious? I've spoken to a few Canadian startups, and they're all in the same boat. They're all like, yeah, over the next year or two, we'll probably move to the States. Because in Canada, unless your last name is Weston, you get screwed as a company. Because you want the Dodge Chargers built in the US. Didn't they stop making Dodge Chargers? I mean, let's be honest. Chrysler does, well, it's not even Chrysler, it's Stellantis. They don't make anything good. And the problem is with like the Charger, you can't run an automotive company selling chargers. It's nowhere near a big enough market where you're selling enough chargers with enough profit to actually justify the business. There's something you sell to be the prestige thing, but you make money off the minivan. Problem is, they're not making money off the minivans. Electric ones, Windsor. Yeah, we have Stellantis is building a massive battery plant, like 15 minutes from my house. They've been working on it for a couple of years now. They're building a massive battery plant in my town here. It was pretty cool. They actually had a sky crane, like an old Canuck. I'm pretty sure it was either a Canuck or a C-47. Canuck C-47? I can't remember. It's either the Canuck or the one that's slightly smaller that looks like a Canuck was moving AC units onto the roof the other day. That thing, I've been in a Canuck. I've ridden in a Canuck. I know they're loud, but I forgot how loud they were when I was outside barbecuing that night, and I heard it, and it was 15 kilometers away. Batteries with, well, here's the problem with the whole tariff thing. I used to work in the mold industry, which is adjacent to the automotive industry. The Windsor, the town I'm in, is very heavy in Big 3 automotive. When you build a car in North America, parts of the car cross the border like 12 times before the car's finished building. So like even our mold, we've had a mold where it's like, okay, we get the raw, we buy the raw steel from the States. So the raw steel comes from the States to Canada. And then we do our rough machining in Canada. And then we outsourced it to a shop in the States to do some wire EDM work. And then it comes back and we do this. And then we outsource it over back to another company in the States to do this. And then it comes back here and then we do this. And then we outsource it over there for a tryout. And then it comes, so this mold comes back and forth across the border like 8 times before it finally goes to Japan or wherever. Like, we're a global economy. You can't be doing this kind of shit. Fastest helo. Yeah, the Canuck is crazy fast. Although the problem, it has the same problem all helicopters have. That's why they're moving towards the Osprey and the what's the replacement for, what's the new one that is like, I don't know if it's replacing the Osprey or if it's like an adjacent to the Osprey one. That thing looks badass, the tilt rotor, because the US is moving towards tilt rotor instead of pure helicopter, because the problem with tilt rotor, or the problem with a helicopter, helicopters are great unless you're island hopping in the Pacific, because they don't have the range. The problem with helicopters is they don't have the range. So they're very versatile, but they don't have long range capability. And if you're, you know, next big conflict is looking to be, you know, Taiwan, you need island hopping ability. You need to be able to go long distances. And helicopters don't have that. Discord didn't say I'm live. I might have forgot to just do an @everyone. Here, let me pop in the Discord. And did I forget to do an @everyone in the Discord? I think I can set up a bot to do that, but I don't like bots. Reply. 1 second here. Everyone, I'm live, by the way. There we go. There we go. Manufacturing ain't coming back. Oh no, it ain't. It ain't. It's quite simple. Do you want to work on the line doing really menial labor for minimum wage? No. Do you think any of the companies that are gonna, you know, I love when people are like, oh, we'll just bring manufacturing back. You're really gonna set up the entire manufacturing that you were relying on like multiple different countries to do in your country overnight for the same cost? No. You want to pay $8 grand for an iPhone? Okay, if you want to make them in the US, pay $8 grand for an iPhone. And you won't be getting one for several years because they don't have any of the production facilities. Almost done. Almost done with the treads, guys. Make housing expensive enough. It already is expensive enough. If we didn't buy our house when we did, like in 2016, I would not be able to buy my house today. Don't knock it. Gifted 10 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. Are we an hour in? Oh, jeez. I knew when I was going live, like I was getting everything set up in here. I'm like, I probably should have did the tank treads before going live, because it was probably, this would probably eat up a lot of time, but it is what it is. Anyone know of the TOG? Is that the meme tank from World of Tanks? By the way, anyone who puts T-34 as your favorite tank, I'm gonna smack you. It's a bad tank. Or actually, it's not a bad tank. It's a good tank built horribly, usually. Make you go watch a laser pig video on it. The drunk tank. You saying that brings back bad memories. And by bad memories, it's like, not bad memories as in bad memories, but memories of the good times. Remember the Rooster Teeth podcast when it was called The Drunk Tank? Before like Rooster Teeth completely fell apart. And then like how many bad actors there were with that company. And like they were running on fumes the last couple years. Remember those days? Remember Rooster Teeth? Wasn't the T-34? No, the T-34. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. Go Google. Don't do it now. You're watching my stream. This is more important. When you're done the stream today, go watch a. Now here's the thing. You gotta take it with a grain of salt. Anytime I recommend like a historian or whatever, be aware, especially with YouTube, there always is a bias. And YouTube historians, I tend to find, they will exaggerate points for comedic or entertainment effect, but usually the gist of the message is good. Go watch a video by Laserpig, that's what the account's called on YouTube, about the T-34. And then also watch the one about the A-10. But TLDR, the T-34 was not a cheap tank to build. If it was actually built to Western standards, it'd be very expensive. It wasn't the first tank to have slope armor. And while on paper, it actually is a pretty competent tank, the problem was it was built in Soviet factories. So they did things like not install headlights or any seals, or didn't heat treat any of the metals on the inside. So your tank would be like, on paper, it's a good tank, but in operation, it would just fall apart and be missing a lot of stuff. And oh yeah, let's heat our metal, like heat treat the metal like everyone else does. You heat treat your metals, but instead of doing like 300, you go to like 600. You overheat treat it, right? So it's really, 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 really strong, but also really brittle. So anytime you get hit by that 88 shell, you get internal spalling. How fun do you think it is to be inside of a T-34 with spalling? The A10, oh, the A10's done. The A10 is a horribly outdated machine. The A10, yes, Burt is cool. I have seen an A10 do a live fire run on a base. Like, this was a training, again, I never deployed. But I have seen an A10 do a live fire strafing run. It awoke something in me. But I also know somebody who was in Medusa in Afghanistan who took shrapnel from an A10 to the head. Because the A10 has to, like, discern targets with binoculars. And the little smudge there, it looks a lot like the little smudge there. The A10 has been outdated for years. The freaking Aardvark had a better kill ratio in Desert Storm than the A10. Also, 30 mil can't punch through the tank. Go watch the actual reports on it. It can disable a tank at best, a modern tank at best, and any tank that it disabled in testing was able to be repaired within the day. The 30 mil can't punch through T-72 armor. You might mess the tank up, and you might be able to button it up the same way a Bradley can do it, but you're not actually disable, like you're not actually getting a successful kill with that 30 mil. Most A-10 tank kills in like the Iraq wars and whatnot were missiles. Okay. Yeah, A10 is like one of the biggest blue on blue. I think it actually might be the #1 cause of blue on blue injuries. Okay, so if you want to build one of these and you don't want to self-source, here you go. Main drives. Okay, the main drive is powered by 2 motors with Elisu planetary gearbox. Now let's do the motors. The motors simply fit into the proto frame and is held in place with 4 M38 countersunk bolts. Tighten them as you would. Okay, so I believe the first thing we have to do here is we have to get these motors out and we need to attach a gearbox. So let's do that. Call it tank an Aardvark. The Aardvark is the F-111. A-10 was just neglected. The problem is the A-10 was designed for a type of combat we don't do anymore. When the A-10 design was around, like originally designed, the man pads were nowhere near as common. The Soviets didn't have the Tunguska yet. If you don't know what a Tunguska is, look up a Tunguska. And they were designed for taking out like T-60 tanks, like just columns of T-60 tanks coming over the Fulham Gap. Nowadays, with how competent air is, especially man pads, as we've seen their success in Ukraine, the A-10 is just a sitting duck. Like the Soviets have the frog foot. The frog foot is the same type of plane as the A-10, and what do they use it for in Ukraine? They just keel up, lob a bunch of rockets, and then they bail out because it actually can't get near the front line because it'll get shot down. It's not as competent as people think. I'm trying to remember how this goes together. This needs to go on this, but how does this go on that? I'm trying to remember, how does this work? Because you have to attach a gearbox to the motor. So let's do that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you are watching this. This is Sam from Dip Away. Obviously, you mentioned walls in any way, then I'm going to be able to quickly see that. And 5.5 centimeters.
Oh, the new Rhymotol? Yeah.
And then obviously cut the rod.
Dude, Abramex with thermal adaptive camouflage. It's amazing what you can do when you don't have to worry about, you know, healthcare.
So we're now going to start assembling the framework. Now you're going to need 8 6202 RS bearings. These are 15, 24.
Okay, so we'll do that. Need to cut it down. Well, I don't want to cut it down because these motors might be specific. Like they might have gotten motors specifically for this kit, so I don't have to cut them down. So I'm hoping I don't have to cut them down. Because if I have to cut them down, then it's going to be fun because I don't know where my Dremel went. Okay, so... Oh, these... I didn't do any testing, by the way, for fit and finish of these printed parts. I just kind of loaded up the stock setting and went go. So I'm kind of happy these actually fit good. You haven't seen the channel in months. Just Bright, where have you been? Every stream, I have started the stream and been like, if Just Bright isn't here, I don't know how I'm going to make it through the stream. And somehow I've been doing it. But you're back. You're back. Hooray. Don't forget to enter for your chance to win some POLYMAKER filament. Also, I don't know when the sale ends, but POLYMAKER has a sale going on for filament. Prusa has a sale going on for printers. E3D has a sale going on. They all have sales going on. Links in the description. Go check them out. Ooh, okay. So that's good there.
All 5 bearings. I'll pop some links in the bomb so you can find those straight away. And all we're going to do is basically just drop these in and just make sure that everything does fit. Now,
it fits. One of them's an idler. I know that.
just a little word warning.
Hey! Oh, David has a sale on too at Printsaw, but I don't have an affiliate link for them, so they don't get the shout out. So I'm not going to tell you to go check out Printed Solid for all their fun sales because I don't have an affiliate link. So because I don't have the affiliate link, I don't get any reason to tell you that you should go to printedsolid.com and peruse their wide selection of printer parts and accessories along with filament, both Prusa filament as well as their in-house brand filament that they make called Jessie in multiple different colors, along with their selection of printers that they have available, as well as enclosures and Voron kits. So I won't tell you that those exist because I don't have an affiliate link for them.
Test fit. Just going to make sure that everything fits in there together snugly. And the reason we're doing that is because if there is any variances on the print, or if the print warps in any
Unfortunately, they don't ship to Canada. They, I know they got, there's, you need to pull up Sam's newest. Kegel, can you link that in the Discord?
You don't have to do this, it's entirely up to you, but I figured it's worth just popping it in and just showing you how this works. These things are sticking out. I don't really want this to nip those off after measuring them.
Do you put this all together in one go?
So, you know, that's one.
Okay, let's see. I'll do. Yeah, because apparently I got to cut this down. So, if I got to cut this down, where is my Dremel? Because I think I have to put like a gear on this, and then that goes in there. Yeah, that's too long. Let's see, what do we have here? I think I got to put like a hex thing on this, I think. Let's see here. So that's those screws, that's those screws, that's those screws. Screws, screws. Well, I think it's these I gotta put on, I think. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've looked at all this stuff. There's a servo, there's the ducky, there's that. Okay. Yeah, the gear is press fit. Okay, where's the gear? I don't see a gear. I've got these. Unless I have to take this like apart. I remember having to take this apart. Let me see here. There you go. Gearbox.
What's going on, friends? Sam is back once again. I trust you're well. Once again, the link in the description. But for the first part, what we want to do ultimately, and you get this into focus, is we're going to cut this down by that much because we want that to sit right at the bottom there. So if we just put a marker there, we know how much we're going to need to cut.
Okay. Let me find the gear. Let me find the gear here. That's that. That's that. Oh, there they are. They're in here. So I'm gonna have to cut this down, which is gonna be interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that down. Okay, let me see if I can find my Rebels. Silly little man. Oh. Okay, so, well, don't turn it on. Where's my little adjustable? Careful when you press the gear on, they tend to break. Okay, I will keep an eye out on that. Do I have a cutoff wheel? I should have a cutoff wheel. I believe I have a cutoff wheel. Do I have a cutoff wheel? How hard are these? How hard are these? Oh, wait, no. So here's my Dremel box, but it doesn't have a cutoff wheel in it. I don't know where my cutoff wheel is. I mean, I don't think I could fit this on my Dremel. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Go through all of these. What do we got? What do we got here? What do we got here? You're not a Dremel, but you are a. Do I have a cutoff wheel? Am I gonna have to go buy a cutoff wheel? That's gonna be annoying. What do we got in here? Nope. Well, I got a hacksaw. I guess we're gonna try and hacksaw it. Yeah, I had a cutoff wheel, and I don't know where I put it. That's gonna bug me. That is gonna bug me. I have one. I know I have one because I took it. Oh, there we go. I do have one. Go. Like, I know I have one. I just don't know where I have one. There we go. There we go. How much battery do I have? I don't know. Well, we'll find out. Engage the safety squints. Go Gadget iPro. Okay, so I got to cut this roughly about there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is put a little tape on the because I don't want to get motors are magnetic, and the last thing I want to do is get stuff in my motor. So we're just gonna do that. Battery's dead. Okay. Do I have a charger for this? I do. You can tell how much I've used the Dremel by the fact that the I haven't undone the battery thingy. Okay. There we go. Okay, and where's my charger plug? Over here. Plug you out, unplug you, plug you in, plug you in. Okay, so we gotta wait, give this like a couple minutes just to get a little bit of a charge. So while that's doing that, how you doing? I think I could put some of this together. While we... Let's see here. Yeah, so I think I could put these on. I think you can install this part later. So we'll install the wheels while we wait. So I don't know which one goes where. Let's take a look here, get these all out. Okay. So in the front, so in the rear, that goes like that. Okay, so it looks like the gear sits on the outside. And then that's a flapper on the internal. Okay, so this goes like that. You'll want to wait on the gears, do I? Also, I'm realizing I might not have printed enough of these. Wait, did I not print enough wheels? Did I screw up and not print enough wheels? I think I only printed one set of wheels. Shit. Oops. Oops. 1 second here. Temperature. Classical PA. Let's unload. Ruh-roh. Yeah. 1 second here. Oop-a-doo. A, delete. So this is glass filled nylon. Transfer. Okay, cool. Where is picture tag? Lower half. Front wheel A, 2, 2. Yeah, I printed 2 of those and 2 of those. I forgot to print the rear wheels. That's what I did. I printed just the front wheels times 2. I forgot to print the rear wheels. Oh. Oh. That's an oopsie. That's an oopsie doodle. Yeah, that's an oopsie doodle on me. Well, we will correct that. Shoot. Well, I knew we weren't going to get this done in one stream anyways. Oops-a-doodles. Yeah, that's going to take 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Oops-a-doodles. Printers. Worthful Bobcat. There we go. Okay. Don't forget to move the helmet. Yes. Okay, let's unload. Extruder. Unload. It's down. You go up here. You can just kind of go over here. Can't believe I forgot to print that. I totally screwed up. Oh well. I knew we weren't going to get it done anyways. So, okay, let's see here. Unload. Canuck. There we go. So you get unloaded, and then you get reloaded. Wear the helmet for the stream. It'd be a little uncomfortable, unfortunately. Which filament does this take? Come on. Get to the tool head. There's the tool head. Okay. Now, take that off. Oops, come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay. Load. There we go. Okay, temperature, cool down. Extruder, extrude. Ooh, wow. Temperature actually, no, 300. Let's heat you up. You gotta extrude more. You cooled off way too quick. Since I had a chance to watch some, what printer we're working? We're not building a printer, we're building a tank. Nobody read the video description? We're building a tank. Gotta wait for the battery to charge anyways. It is amazing how much that doesn't want to extrude when it's not at temperature. I should refresh the bed a bit. I did clean it. Nope. Okay, now extrude. There we go. Cool down. That is hot. There we go. Okay. That's that. Upload and print. Rear wheel. Off you go. Cool. Andrew Roger, $9.99. What are we doing tonight? Yeah, for the what are we doing tonight fun. What are we doing? Okay. By the way, no, don't cut the way I'm cutting, where like your arms around it. If you can, you should be like cutting it like this, so if the wheel blows up, it doesn't go into a body part. But I'm too lazy to that'll do. Let that cool off a little bit. Yeah, the joys of having healthcare. And get my little file. Knock off the burr. Kind of annoying because it's a shaft, so it's spinning. There we go. Now I should be able to push this on. I think it's just a press fit. So question is, what's the easiest way to press fit this on? What does Sam recommend? Sam, what should I do?
So I'm just going to get the hand Dremel out and just cut that straight.
Hey, I've got the same one. Oh, look at it. He's got a little protector on it. Right.
That's one side. So that's it. That's
How do you put it on?
because you don't want to take them. There we go. Okay. And once we've done that, we're just going to take this little gear and just give it a little love tap.
Oh, he just hits it with a flipping hammer. Okay. Let's see. Does it matter which way? I don't think it matters which way, so we'll just kind of get it started. And then no. We're gonna put the little hammer. There we go. Okay. It's on.
Is when you put this on and you push that in, you're going to want to make sure that your motor is actually working and functioning, because you don't want to take on this next bit without ultimately testing it. So we're going to grab the battery, and we're going to grab the positive and negative terminals here. It's not going to matter which way you do this, because
I'm assuming the motor is going to work.
forwards, the other way makes it go backwards. I'm just going to pop this into here, and we should hear, once we get the connection right, the motor go.
Yeah.
So that was kind of easy, right?
Should I go grab a motor and check this?
So that's it.
I'm not going to check it.
That's how I've positioned that. We've pushed that sort of right to the end there.
Okay.
And I'm quite happy with the way that that's going to work. Now the next thing we're going to do is basically pop this on top. So the gearbox is going to sit on top of this. But in order to do that, we need to take this bracket off at the bottom here. So I'm just going to get the Allen key.
Okay, so we take that off. Yes, I know I got to do both of them, but I'll do that after. I'll get that charging. So, get my LTT store screwdriver. Oh, dang it, I forgot about the stupid checking thing. That's gonna be annoying. One second. Yeah, shoot. Emergency stop. I forgot I gotta do this stupid, delete this stupid line. 1 second here, downloads, open that, scroll down, yeah. Scroll down. I gotta turn this part off in the starting G code. Temperature, weight, preheat chamber, blah, blah, blah. Delete that. Delete that. File, save, closed, upload. There we go. Otherwise, it'll sit there for freaking 2 hours waiting for the chamber to get to 40 Celsius. It's cold in here. Okay, so how does this work?
And there's 4 screws here just to undo. So these gearboxes are, they've got written on them is 36 DC 1.5 to 1.8. So so 1/5 ratio. So I guess it's 1 in every 5 because they need to be slowed down inside of the gearbox to ensure that they're able to throw everything out. That's your planetary drive there. Hopefully you can see that.
Okay.
Focus is long enough. So all we're going to be doing here is making sure that this cog fits in the middle of those cogs. But in order to do that, you just have to be very careful. We're going to take this bottom section, and there are 2 holes here that we just need to line up. And with the screws that have been provided, we're just going to pop those in. Again, you're probably going to want to use some Loctite on this. I've got a little bit left in here.
That's not how you put Loctite on, but okay. Yeah, don't put it on the threads. Don't put it into the hole.
Okay. These on here as well.
So what, you put 2 in?
So we're going to take 2 of the small screws here, which are M3 bolts.
Okay.
Which are countersunk ones.
Okay, so we got 2 little M3. See, are these what I'm supposed to use? What? Okay, so 2 of those, because these aren't countersunk screws that it gave me. These are just, let's see, what does the manual tell me to use? It doesn't cover that at all. The manual doesn't cover that at all. Okay, okay, so the little countersunk. Okay, so let me find the little countersunk ones. Is this even countersunk? These aren't even countersunk. I don't want to use countersunk. I'm using these ones. These are what came with it. They're like little Phillips ones. Blend heads are correct. Yeah. Well, I don't trust these ones, but I guess we'll use them. Where is my Loctite? Do I have Loctite? I know I have Loctite. I just don't know where. Yeah, I'll figure it out later. Okay. So. No, that's not even the right thread. These aren't. Okay, these aren't the right screws because these aren't the right threading. I don't think. No, they are the right threading, just not the right screw. What is going on here? Unless I'm like self-tapping these. Yeah, what I got a feeling I'm self-tapping these, so well. There we go. Okay, there's one. Where'd the other guy go? I dropped it. Just grab another one. Okay. So I think it's just 2 for this. Wow, why aren't you even starting? What is going on here? It doesn't line up. What is going on here? What is going on? Why don't you want to go in your hole? There we go. There we go. That doesn't seem right. Why does this not seem right? Why does this not seem right? Okay, so that's that. And then this. Just like that. This isn't engaging at all. What is going on here? Okay, so the problem is,
now, it's really important
this is flush.
If the bolts or the screws that you're putting in at this point are too long, it will cause a problem to the drive mechanism. So we need to make sure that it's spinning after we put these in. Because if they're too long, they will
Yeah, it spins.
foul on the
Yeah, we're good there.
motor drive.
Okay. So I put those in. Now what?
Not putting them all the way in to start with, just getting everything lined up. You don't want to mess up the thread.
Yeah, these are tight.
It's a bit messy.
There we go. We're good. We're good. Okay. Oh, there's like 4 of them.
This one down. There you go, it's just caught.
Okay, so they are 4. Okay. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I only get 2 to start. What is going on here? This is... like, I only got 2. They only have 2 holes that are... yeah, this only has 2 holes. Okay, so I can't put 4 in. These motors only have 2 holes. Okay, so I got them in. Now what? Sam, what do I do now?
We're just going to put them on top and just make sure we've got adequate movement, which we do have.
Okay, so the problem is... I cut it flush like he said, but it's not engaging. These don't touch the gear at all. What is going on here?
Right at the bottom there. So
I cut it too short. I cut it too short. I cut to the... oh, shoot. Yeah, I cut it too short. 1 second here. Can I fix this? I might be able to fix this. I cut it a little too short, I think. Or I drove it, I think I over drove it on. 1 second here. 1 second here. I think I realized what I screwed up on. I think I realized what I did wrong. Yeah, it's at the bottom. I gotta get it up. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. Oh, this is gonna suck. There we go. Oh yeah, the whole thing shifted down, that's why. Okay. This is not stuck. Like, how is this supposed to be press fit if I could slide it on and off by hand? Like, JB weld it? I could. What do you mean I cracked it? I don't see any crack. It's not cracked. Add thread lock, it'll stick in 24 hours. I don't really have thread lock. I mean, I do. Let me... ah, it sucks. I don't know where my thread locker went. Bloody hell. It has a small crack in one of the valleys. I don't see any cracks. Well, I have thread locker. Ah. Jeez. It's just one of my days, isn't it? It's just one of those days. Seems you have cracked it, but you need eagle eyes to see it. Well, this kit only comes with 2. There's only 2 of these gears, so we don't really have any other options here. So what I'm going to do is just kind of there we go. Everywhere. Don't think I'm supposed to be getting this stuff on my hands. Been a reported issue with the kits. Okay. Can I steal it from the old? Well, the problem with the ones on the Deathracer, for my old Deathracer, is they're also press fit on. So they ain't coming off. I mean, this will work. It's glued on. It should hold okay. Yeah, it should be okay. I just got to be a little careful with it. So I'm not too concerned. I mean, we're not going to drive it today. I forgot to print some of the motor parts, so. Super glue and bicarb. Well, I don't have any bicarbonate soda. I might actually inside, but an arbor press. Well, I don't have an arbor press. I have a vise. I could vise it next time. But I think this will work. It should work. Like, I don't see why it won't. It should be okay. I don't know how long that takes to dry. I really don't want to accidentally. It'll be okay. Okay, find your home. Find your home. Come on, come on. Find your home. There we go. Find your home. Okay, now put these back on. There we go. It's not super glue, it's Loctite. And we'll find out how it holds up under stress in a bit. The Lizu boxes that are... Yeah, the problem is I don't have extras. There we go. And what I'm going to do is let this dry for a bit while we get the second one ready. And then what I'm going to do is go get one of my batteries and make sure these move still. So let's cut the next one here. Yeah, it would have been nice if these came with more gears. Okay, so do that. And then we get this guy. I don't know where that went. I also forgot to tape it up to protect it, but oh well. What about the little lights? Oh, thanks. Okay, so the problem is too for putting a thing on it, it's not flat on the bottom, and I don't want to bend these too much because I don't want to work harden them. That was quick. Well, it's a cutoff wheel. When the battery's properly charged, they actually go pretty quick. Okay, put a little bit of good stuff on there. This is gonna be annoying. Like, this is the thing, it's like it's going. There we go. That one's good. Yeah, that one's good. So maybe that other one is cracked, but we'll find out later. Corrality K1C or Bamboo P1S without AMS if I don't care about multicolor. K1C is cheaper. The P1S, in my opinion, is a better printer overall, but the K1C is cheaper, I believe. And the K1C is more open. You can't go wrong with either, but depending on what you need your machine to do and what you kind of care about in terms of like open source and all that other stuff will kind of dictate which one you go with. Okay. Yeah, the files for this are on a Patreon. I really wish that like it was more clear because I got a feeling now that there's a kit available, you'll have more just, you know, window shoppers buying one of these. And I think they need to like go through and make sure it's a lot more easier to figure everything out for newbies. Because right now it's a little bit like, oh, some of the manuals behind a Patreon, some of it's videos. I think now that this is an actual like product, they need to like do a little bit refresh of the documentation and the files and stuff. But that's just me. I would like to see all the files on like printables or something instead of being locked behind a $1 Patreon. I'm assuming they're $1 per kit. I'm assuming they're making more off any like commission from the Big Tree Tech kits than they are from the files. There's easier ways to make a buck. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that other gear is cracked. Hopefully the Loctite holds. Take care, Jake. See you on... Yeah, actually, yeah, I will see you on Friday. It's probably like, why haven't you been using the Milo? It's like, I don't have room for it. And I want to put the rodent in it now. Okay, and now this. Find your home. Well, no, I know it's $1 for the Patreon. That isn't the problem. It's more, it's just kind of a pain in the butt to work through it all. Oop. That's not the right spot. That's the right spot. Come on, come on. There you go. Find your home. Find your home. Is that your home? There we go. Just kind of winged it. Yeah, this isn't hard to build. There's just a few little like things like this. The whole thing with the gears, you kind of want to make sure you do that right. That's like the part that you kind of have to make a little bit, make sure you're doing it right kind of thing. There we go. Okay. Let me go get a battery and make sure these work. Let me get a battery. Walking in my basement. Gotta find my batteries. Where are my batteries? Where are my batteries? You in here? Maybe you're in here. There we go. Ah, that ain't gonna work. What about you? No. Those are, oh shoot, that ain't gonna work. Do I have? Will you, no, you're not, oh. Yeah. Shoot, I don't have a, oh. Ooh, I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I don't have a cable for that. Hopefully it's one in the case. Maybe the kit has one. Let's find out. I don't know if this kit has a pigtail. It does not. It's got this. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work. I'm gonna have to make adapters because this uses like this connector, which I don't even know what this connector is. So I'm gonna have to like go dig through my other stuff to figure out the wiring for all this. Yeah. Okay, well, we're not gonna test the motors because they're 7 volts and I don't have anything I can easily touch off 7. Actually, oh, that's gonna be annoying. Why don't I have everything here? Let me see. Aha, you'll work. You're 7 volts. Right? You're the positive, you're the negative, okay. It moved for a second, so I'm assuming it's good. Let's see. Okay, that one moved for a second. Now it's not moving anymore. Did I kill the battery? Did I kill the battery? I might have killed the battery. Whoops. I might have killed the battery. .8 volts. I think I killed the battery. Yeah, broke the battery. Well, this battery's dead. I mean, it was already dead anyways. Well, I'm gonna assume these work. I should have marked up which one was the bad one. I don't know which one's which now. Shit. Oh well. We'll find out later. Okay. Either way, we're done that. Yeah, I think I had like, oh, wait. Let me go check. I might have an adapter. Digging down here. Okay. Because I still have like all the old Deathracer stuff I have in a bin. I think. Where is the bin? Here's the bin. Yes. Okay. Let's see, what's in here? That's the old thing is, did I save the old electronics? No. Nope, they're not in here. The old electronics aren't in here. What about over here? Are they in this bin? Oh, yes, they are. Okay. Can you still hear me, chat? Hopefully you can still hear me. Can you still hear me? Okay, yeah, that's XT60. Now, is there an adapter for the battery? I have adapters here. I'm gonna have to make an adapter though, it looks like. Yeah. I'm gonna have to make an adapter. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make an adapter. That's okay. Is this the right connector? No, these are males. Okay, these are the right ones here. Okay. So I do have adapters. Okay, I have XT60s. I can make adapters. I have the cable. I can make this work. Okay. I can make this work. I can make this work. I can make this work. I remembered I bought a whole bunch of adapters. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be sketchy AF. So I can plug this in, and then I'll have two live ones. So let's get one of these. How will that connect? That doesn't really. One second here. I'm gonna make this work. Don't worry, I'm gonna make this work. Get rid of that. I've got a whole bunch of these. Frickin', I hate when they solder stuff that doesn't need to be soldered. There we go. So, that go there. We're in tape, so we don't have a live wire situation. There we go. Okay, so now should be able to plug this in. Okay, so you plug in there. Okay, so now when I touch these, it should move. No movement. I have no idea if this battery's even charged. Actually, that's a good question. No, it's got 7 volts. 7.5 volts. Try the other one. Yeah, polarity shouldn't matter. It won't matter at all. Okay, that one works. Oh, shoot. So this one don't work. Why doesn't this motor want to work? Like, I can spin it freely. What's this one? Okay, this one I can't spin freely. Is this motor, did I break this motor? Because this one, can you hear that? Uh-oh, shoot. Is this motor dead? Do I got a bad motor here? Too long? They're the same screws. It's all the same. It's the same screws. They shouldn't be too long. It's the same screws. Try it without the gearbox. Yeah, let me just plug this in quick, see how it works, and then. Plug that in, and oh. Okay, now it works. Okay, maybe it was just a fluke, but they're working. Okay, cool. Maybe it just had a loose connection or something. Okay. Where were we at now? Yeah, maybe I just, yeah, bad connection the first time.
Hamming this one up. I guess if you're going to take any advice from this video, just make sure that you do this one bit, because you'll be thanking me for putting little screws in there, and that's what I've done.
Okay, so these flanges go on there. Okay. We've got our little flanges here. And those. How's that print coming? I probably should have checked. Oh, hey, it's going perfectly. Of course it's going perfectly. It's a Pantheon. And I forgot it was even running because it's so quiet. Okay, we got one of these. And two of these. And I believe these screw on with...
And then just nip it up, just so it's biting.
Yeah, the flat ones. Like, I've got coarse thread screws and machine screws. Like, should I be using the coarse thread screws to hold these on because these screw into plastic? Is that how it works? I got some coarse head screws here. I don't see, where else would the coarse threads would be? Because this is the problem with this. Like, there's no manual for this specific kit, I don't think. So I've got, like, I'm assuming these screws that, because right now, this is the gear. This screws on here so we can attach this to the shaft. So the screws that hold this in, I've got all these coarse thread screws. So I'm assuming these go here, but there's nothing that tells me that's how it goes. And I don't really have any documentation to confirm or deny that I'm doing it the right way. That's kind of the critique I'm running into here, is like, I think I'm doing this right. I think this goes here, but I don't know for sure, and I don't really have a way to confirm. Did I get the CAD file? Does the screw, are the screws in the CAD file? I'm assuming kit. Okay, well, let's load up Fusion. I'm gonna put these in. I think these go here. These make the most sense to go in here. Oh, I gotta freaking sign into Fusion. Next, verify, sign in, stay signed in, close, yes. Okay, Fusion, I'll go to product. Come on, open Fusion. Well, I'm putting these in here. Luckily, most of this force will be, like, it's not like it's being pulled out force. It's force for, yeah, these will be fine. Frickin' Fusion, sign in. Come on, Fusion. Go to product. Come on. There you go. I swear, Fusion 360 is just like, screws are not in the CAD. That's how I do CAD. You don't put screws in the CAD. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oop, turn this off. Okay, so there's that one. Measure the hole depth in Fusion. Yeah, I'm sure what I'm doing here will be fine. Corrupted file. Jeez. Okay, that's enough of you today, Fusion. There we go. It's actually warm in here. I gotta turn my heater off. This morning I came out here, it was 9 Celsius. I was like, dropped the little guy off at Nana's. I'm like, okay, I'll come back. I'll film the video for that. And I came back, I came in the garage and I'm like, it is too cold to film a video. And then I ended up working on the helmet instead. So maybe tomorrow. There we go. New version of Fusion is available. Fine, update. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so that's that. Now what? Now what? Let's go back to the manual.
Just like that. So
Okay.
we do that 4 times on each of these, and obviously we only just use 1 per drive motor. So the motors that we have been using are the 1 to 10.
Okay, skip that.
Thanking me. So each of these couplers are quality. So I'm just going to whip the grub screws in there now. Again, we're going to be using some Loctite on this. Ironically though, I do take...
Okay, so got these motor mounts. Grab our motors, mount the motors. Oh, by the way, that gloop code, right now I believe it's 15%. I got to change that. It will go down to 10% after the build series is done. So if you want to buy some gloop and save money, now would be your time. Okay, so which way does this go?
Take this motor apart, so you know, Loctite as you will. So I'm never going to win any awards for soldering, but I do put 2 cables onto this little DC motor. They're 12-volt cables. Actually, I've recovered these from my work. There was some computers there that I've basically just ripped the cable.
Yeah, these look different.
So I know they're going to be good for 12-volt. Yep.
Okay, come on. Will you open now? Open. Hey, there we go. Okay. Okay, so that faces outward. Okay. So I think as long as I don't really know which way that will go, I don't think it really matters. So that goes like that. Okay, and then this gets held in place with, I don't know what screws. Those are too long. Those are too long. Maybe these. Maybe these. Those are too long. Those are heat sets. These are probably too long. So I'm assuming we go with these ones. And yes, I know the camera screws up when we slice something. That's it's a known thing. Okay, so I guess we just put these in. Actually, how much thread engagement are we getting? Oh, that's, I don't like that amount of thread engagement. I want more thread engagement. I'm going to use these guys. So this is the problem. It's like there's nothing that calls out what screw goes where with this kit. It's all YOLO. It's all YOLO. I don't like it. I'm too used to my Voron builds where everything is this screw goes here and this goes here. And this is like, okay. Okay, this isn't even gonna work. The heads of the screws are too... Wait, is this gonna contact? Are we clear? Oh, it just clears. That screw head just clears that sidewall. And by clears that sidewall, there ain't no clearance there, Clarence. You can get a button head for that. That's not what the kit came with. If you're new to the channel, oh wait, we do have button heads here. But do the button heads go there? Is that where the button heads go? There are button heads. There are button. I have one bag of button heads. Okay, I guess we're putting the button heads there. I'm assuming that was button head. Hopefully they go there and nowhere else. This kit really needs an actual proper manual. Like, this, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. I'm trying not to be a Debbie Downer. But if you're selling a kit like this, Big Tree Tech, you need to have a proper manual, like, linked. Like this just kind of hope you grab the right screws in the right location and pull up 5 different videos and all the videos are outdated and don't actually follow this kit and the instructions are woefully out of date. Yeah, you gotta this should be better. This needs some time in the oven. These screws are gonna be way too long. Hopefully they work. Are these gonna be too long? These are probably gonna be too long. Oh, no, we're good. Actually, those might be too long. No, we're good. About to change again. You know, I bought an electric screwdriver for this, and I haven't used it once. Because I keep forgetting it's downstairs. 1 second, let me go grab it. I keep forgetting I bought that. Ah. There we go. Yep. Do. Aha. I don't think I actually have a bit that'll fit this though, so I'm gonna have to use the LTT bit. Yep. That might not work. It won't work. Shoot. Damn it. It's too small. It won't fit. It won't fit. Damn it. Yeah, the Fantic doesn't have bits small enough for these screws. And the LTT bit won't stick out far enough. Mag hex holder. I know I need to get one, I just don't have one. The precision screwdriver kit might have one, but that's downstairs as well, and I forgot to grab that. Oh well. Let's be honest, tonight's stream is kind of just a write-off at this point. I am not getting done anywhere near as much as I wanted to get done, and I keep running into stupid little problems. So we're just gonna keep whacking away at this for the next little bit, and then we'll call it. Don't forget to enter to win some filament. It's a kit of parts, but not a build kit. Yes, but that doesn't mean like they can still like... This has been around for 3 years and there's still no proper manual. And now they're selling kits for it. This is like saying, you know, and I stripped the screw. Yeah, the screw stripped. I back it out. Really? Fuck. Well, hopefully 3 screws is enough to hold it. By the way, don't use button head screws if you can avoid it. Button head screws, in my opinion, are like the worst type of screws to use on a build because they are so easy to strip. They are so easy to strip, especially the smaller ones. Any tricks for setting up the Kraken? Same as any other Picture Tech board for Clipper, pretty much. I've installed one. We did it on a stream. I don't have a dedicated video on it, but we did install one at one point. It's the same as anything else. Okay, where's the other one? It's funny as... Okay, that one's good. Okay, so you're gonna go like that, and you are gonna go like this. There we go. How many errors tonight? Yeah. It's just one of those days. Never use a ball end. I'm not using a ball end. I'm gonna yell at Linus next time I see him. Be like, Linus, your screwdriver, script some screws. Well, on the bright side, on Wednesday or Thursday, we now have something to do. When I do the pre-Smurf Yap and Chill stream, we now have something to do. When do I fly out? Thursday night. It's one of those in and out weekends. I fly out Thursday night. I land, like, I think at like 10 or 11 in Manchester, because you go ahead, or you go back in time or whatever, or you go ahead in time. I can't remember. I fly out at like 7:30 at night and I land at like 10 in the afternoon. On Friday. So, yeah. Did I get the top half built? No. We're building the bottom first, and we keep running into stupid little problems. One, I forgot to print some parts, so those are printing now. One of the gears, I think, cracked, so we had to glue it together. Then we tried to test it with the battery, and one didn't work, and then it worked. And then I stripped a screw. Yeah. Yeah, let me actually pull up my flight here. Let's see here, just to make sure. I want to make sure what time, because I forgot to check this. Hopefully it's I'm on that. Smurf, Iceland Air. Yeah, so it's the flight takes off at 7:30 in Detroit, lands at 6:30 a.m. In Keflavik, which is, I'm assuming, the main airport next to Reykjavik. And then at 8 a.m. I take off from Keflavik, or Keflavik. And then I land in Manchester 2.5 hours later. So, yep. It's funny, my flight back is hilarious, because my flight, I take off out of Manchester at 11:55. And I land in Keflavik or whatever at 2:45. And then I take off out of Keflavik again at 4:55 p.m. And then I land in Detroit at 6:20 p.m. because you go with the time zones. Keflavik. Okay, Keflavik. There you go. I do not like these screws. I felt like I stripped all of them, tightening them down. I do not like button head screws. Anytime you have to actually torque something, or you need to make sure that screw is good, don't use button heads. I don't like button heads. Socket head. Socket head screw is what you want. Okay, and then this just slides in here. So this just goes in like so, I believe. And then, yeah, you just screw it in place, so. Yeah, so this. Okay, that's that. So I got to put the gear on. So the question is, how do I orientate this? Does this go all the way to the bottom? I'm assuming it goes to the bottom. Check the CAD. I don't know. I'm assuming it goes to the bottom because when this is in here, that spacing, yeah, so it goes all the way to the bottom. Yeah. Okay. So, have to get our little itty bitty screws here. Yeah. Get my itty bitty screws. Not a spot near, only guy in shorts. I'm in pants. It's snowing outside. So the problem is this doesn't sit on the flat. The flat ends there. So do I attach it on the flat or what? Let me find the video.
The other thing you need to do is probably heat shrink those parts as well and illustrate how to put that little sucker into the device in this video. Just make
So this is an older gearing.
I think I gouged.
Okay, so no, let's not use that one. Let's use.
So if we just put a
Okay, so
that way will be under the 200.
Okay.
Going to be assembled, so we'll do a second run of these ready for the 2025 season, and also book and not everybody and stuff on the. Can you is meant this just good? Although width-wise they're okay, lengthwise they're not. There's actually a small foul that's on this part here, so we're going to modify this frame ever so slightly.
Okay, cool. But how do I?
So just
Oh, what the hell?
I would strongly suggest that you cut the rods down. The profile is much better, I would say.
Okay, how do I orientate this stupid part, Sam?
It's different on.
Where is my reference point for this, Sam?
Unfortunately, principal left now. You may need to do that. I certainly do that later on in this video, but they haven't moved since. I was thrashing around like crazy since. So there you go. Another quick safety tip here. Just be careful with the tools.
Does it? Curve goes to curve. I know curve goes to curve. I'm wondering where this goes. Does this, because like, where is the orientation for this? So like if I put you in here, okay, line you up. It's gonna be annoying. I gotta send these in 1 second. Okay. So you go in there. Okay, that goes there. And this goes here. Okay, so you need to be about there. Which isn't on the flat. So I've got no flat to engage this with. That I don't like. I don't have any way to lock this on. I know, but I have no flat. I have no flat. So we're just gonna just kind of force them in there, and wherever they end up is where they end up, I guess. I don't like that, but it is what it is. Considering how much torque is on this, not having it on a flat is kind of annoying. Loctite the shit out of it. Yeah. Well, let's get this in. So you go in here. I'm going to need some screws. I'm assuming we use these threaded ends again. Again, I have no idea. I've got no reference point as to what is the right screw because I got no documentation. So I'm using the self-tapping screws because I'm screwing into plastic. What else would it be? I'll take the shit out of it, yeah. Yeah, these rip right out. Okay, so we're not using the self-tappers because the self-tappers ain't got any mojo. Maybe these ones? Like, am I supposed to put heat sets in these? I don't know what's... Are these supposed to have heat sets? Because these got no bite. These got no flipping bite at all. So these are going to rip right out. you'll need to grind and extend the flat. Wrong side, wrong side. This goes on this side. You put heat sets in there? Yeah. I'm gonna have to take this apart, put heat sets in there. There's no way this is biting like it is. It's got nothing. So you can't just screw into plastic. So we shall put heat sets in here. This is an on the bus, off the bus build, isn't it? Things that, yeah, drill it out. Yeah. Okay, let's... Can I just put heat sets in as is? Probably not. I'm probably gonna have to extend these. Ugh. Okay, where is my extension cord? I know I saw it in here earlier. Yeah, right. Ooh. Everywhere the holes fit into plastic or not. Yeah, there's nowhere near enough meat for that to properly bite. Which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. There we go. And then plug you in here. So hopefully, I got enough meat here. The problem is, like, these aren't even big enough for heat sets. The heat sets aren't gonna, the fuck? This whole thing needs like another week in the oven. This whole thing needs like another week in the oven. Because like, out of the box, these are like, there's no way this is holding. Like, I can almost push the screw. Yeah. Like, you got nothing here to screw into. And the holes aren't sized properly for inserts, and they're not sized properly for the screws. Because they're too big for screws to engage, but they're too small to put a heat set in. So yeah, because like here, like you can see, this part's been redesigned to use heat sets. So you can see how big the holes are for heat sets. But these aren't the same size. These are much smaller. So you can't just shove a heat set in there. I'm going to. Well, actually, I'm not, because I didn't turn it on. Let's heat this bitch up, because these are going to have to be hot. So I'm just going to, you know, shove a heat set in there. But yeah, this... I know these work. I've built one of these in the past. I see a lot of people have built these. But these... Now that they're actually selling kits, either Big Tree Tech or somebody else needs to step up and like go through the whole package of files and like ensure everything is good for heat sets, ensure everything is documented properly. Because right now I've got like 3 different YouTube videos, some from 2 years ago that are outdated, and I'm having to cross-reference. I got a CAD that's out of date. I'm gonna have to drill out what's the nominal size I'm supposed to drill these for? Do I even have a drill in my garage? I do. It's over here. What size am I supposed to drill these out for? Is now I got to drill out these holes so I can put heat sets in them. Yeah, this definitely needs. This is not a turnkey project. And yes, I know I can figure it out. I know most of you could probably figure this out. This isn't like I'm not stuck. I'm just trying to go, hey, this is being a lot more of a problem than it should be. This should not be, I shouldn't be having to drill out screw holes that are oversized to make them work for heat sets. Especially buying a couple $100 kit. If you're buying a kit, you should be pretty good to go. 4.2 mil. What do we got here? That's 3 mil. I don't know if I got a 4.2 anywhere. 3.5. 4. Okay, we'll go with 4. Closest I got. Gloop it. I can't gloop it. For one reason, this is nylon. I don't have nylon gloop. Plus, I'm probably gonna have to take this apart to fix stuff in the future. Okay, so now hopefully that didn't break anything. Nope. Nope, I just broke it. We're done. Okay, we're calling it. I gotta reprint a bunch of parts now because these cracked. This cracked. This is. Yep. Wow, that's a bitch. Yep. Nope, that cracked. We're done. I'm done. We're done. Put that over there. Plug you. We're not going to be putting heat sets in. Yep, we're done. We're done. I am going to put this in a box. And when I come back from England, if files aren't updated, I will wait until files are updated. I'm not faffing about with 20 different tabs open, trying to figure out the right way to do it. Because here's the thing. Yes, I could close everything on my computer and figure out how to do this. This isn't a hard project. But it shouldn't be, we shouldn't, all these issues, this is stuff that like years old. I had to drill out these fucking holes 2 years ago when I built mine to put heat sets in. One second. Did I save them or did I rip them out? No, I threw them out. Oh, yep, yep. Here's the ones I did 2 years ago that I drilled out on my own to put heat sets in. So why am I still doing this? Okay, we're done. What time is it? What time is it? Give you 15 minutes to enter for the draw. Link in the video description. This should have been, yeah, this, honestly, like, Sam's name's on the box, so I keep bringing up Sam. I'm not bringing this up at Sam. I'm bringing this up at Big Tree Tech. As much as I like Big Tree Tech, this is an you guys know me. I hate when shit is launched undercooked. This is undercooked. If you're selling a $250 kit, there should be a link to a manual and the files, at least, along with that kit. Like, if you're going to work with a company to get a kit launched, you should at least have the files and the manual for the kit ready to go, because none of this is like, this is all over the place. This is all over the place. Like, I don't know what screws go where. I've got components here that I'm like, I don't have a wiring guide. They've got pre-made wire harnesses. How does this all go together? I don't know. There's no manual. There's no electrical hookups. There's no way to connect a battery to this. Or actually, is there? Oh, it does have an XT60 on the ESC. So yeah, the ESC does have an XT60. But yeah, this is, I don't like this. Yeah, 250, yeah, 250. I know I'm making the kit look really bad right now. The kit's fine. The hardware is fine, except for the button head screws. They suck, but they always suck. It's the documentation. It's the documentation. We don't have a proper manual for this kit. I'm having to reference a video from 2 years ago where this is all out of date. I've got another video here, or I might have closed it. Like, we're trying to reference 20 different videos. And the thing is, I only know of these videos because you guys have told me. If I had like, oh, hey, I'm going to go to Murph next year. Oh yeah, Deathracers. Let me buy the kit. If you weren't a part of the Facebook group on the Discord already and like already knew all this stuff, you would be so freaking lost right now. If you just went, oh shit, yeah, Murph is coming up. Big Tree Tech Deathracer. I think somebody said they have a kit. If you just buy this kit and you don't know what to do after the box of parts show up, you're lost. You are so lost. Like, Control F, manual, guide, GitHub, files, wiki. There's nothing. So yeah, this is, oh, it's 250 US, sorry. Or 250 Canadian, it's less US. Yeah, this needs, like, sorry, Sam, I keep bringing up your name, but your name's on the box. Big Tree Tech, if you're going to be selling this kit, you really need to have a manual. Because, like, cool, here's all the screws. Where the fuck do they go? And yes, I'm swearing. Like, all these heat sets. I got all these heat sets here. The only thing that takes a heat set on here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 spots in all the files that I have printed. Only 6 of them. Only 6 holes take a heat set. Yet I've got like a dozen plus. So where the other ones go? Because I have nowhere in the files to put them. So yeah, this is, yeah, no. Are they 4.6? I don't even know what heat sets they are. They're probably just the generic Voron heat set. So yeah, so now I'm gonna have to modify these. Is the CAD, here's the problem. Are you ready for this? Well, let me watch. Let's pull up the CAD. By the way, this CAD, I've got several CADs here. I've got Deathracer Kit, Deathracer Pro, and 37D. I'm assuming the kit is the kit, but I don't know what that means. Sleep. Where's this guy? So now I'm gonna have to take this file. Where is? How do I find it? No, cancel. I don't want to move. Cancel. Find this part. Where show hide? No, Control Z. I want to isolate. Where's isolate? Find in browser. There it is. Oh God, it's just a body. Isolate. Okay. .8mm diameter. 2.8. You are not. 2.8 millimeter, 0.2 millimeters of thread engagement with a 3mm screw. That ain't gonna hold. That is gonna rip right out. That is not gonna hold up. That is not correct. Where did I put my mic? Oh, it's still out. Be 4.5 mil. Well, the heat set that comes with this kit, the lead-in portion is oh wait, it would help if I zero it because it's not 0.2 millimeter. Okay. Yeah, so these heat sets, the lead-in portion is 4.3 millimeters, and the actual body of it is 5 millimeters. So yeah, the 4.2 is what you want. Yeah, you want to do a 4.3 lead-in. Yeah, so you want to do a 4.2 lead-in. Yeah, so 4.2. So extrude. Are you really gonna do this to me? Okay. Oh, make it. Frickin' hell. Okay, you know what? Modify. Create hole. Create a hole. A hole here. Make a hole. No, don't put a freaking hole there. Hole. Make a hole. No. Bullshit. Whatever. Snap to there. There we go. Cool. Okay. So you're going to be 4.2 mil. And you're going to be 500 millimeters long. There you go. What the? Where'd you go? Ah, what the hell? Okay. Hole. Oh, I went too big. Oh, 4. No, that's 4.2. 4.2. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Okay. Control Z. Create a hole. Hole right. Come on. No, don't put it on the frickin' side. Hole there. Okay, cool, whatever. Snap to the middle. There you go. Okay, so you're gonna be like 55 millimeters long, whatever. And 4.2. Okay, cool. There you go. Look, there. Now we have a frickin' clearance hole. Okay. I'm gonna do the same. There. There. Okay. 4.2. Cool. There we go. Now I can frickin' put a thing. Because the 4.2 should work, because that barely, yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So now what I do is I take this, so that's the body, and then what you go is save as mesh, STL, cool. We are going to save you. No, I'm not saving you to the cloud. Save to my computer, yeah. Save you to downloads. We're going to call you the part I needed to fix because it is fucked. There we go. Okay. So now, go in here, delete, downloads. Where'd it go? Where'd it? No, not copy. Save as mesh. Okay. See users download. I put it in my download folder. Yeah, it's in my download. Blah, 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 blah. Go. Save. Save. Okay, maybe I didn't hit save. There we go. Cool. Okay, so now, you know what's really annoying? When you switch between different programs have different buttons to do different functions, and nothing's more annoying than using like Fusion for a bit and then going to a slicer, and it's like, why? Wait, oh no, wait, no, that's rotate. Okay, you want the same hole sizing for the motor frames as well. There are 6 holes in it. You need to, well, heat set. Like, what do you mean the motor frames? These? I don't want to reprint. Yeah, I see what you mean, because this, yeah, like this just screws in, like this just screws right into plastic. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo these as well. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo these as well, because there's no way in hell that's gonna hold either. Yeah, these aren't gonna hold at all. I'm gonna grab a 3 mil screw. 3 mil screw. Allen key. How much bite do you have? I got no bite. This got no bite. This has no bite. It might hold. It might hold. It might. Did I get the files? Yeah, I got the files from Big Tree. I got the files. These are the files for the Big Tree Tech kit. These are the files. Big Tree Tech Racer kit right here. Big Tree Tech Racer kit. Yep. So now let's find. How do I unisolate? Control. No, frickin' Fusion. Okay, you know what? Screw it. Just undo it all. Whatever. Okay, where's this guy? Find a browser. Where are you at? Isolate. $2.8 mil. Yeah. That is not gonna hold. That is not gonna hold. Modify. Where's push pull? So if it's 1.4 millimeters from the middle, so what's 4.2? That's what, 2.1? Okay. Where am I? 2.1. You have some modified drive files you reinforced. Let me see here. Are they pre-set up for heat sets? Like I don't want to modify too much. What file? I don't know what license. It's on a Git. It's on a Patreon. I mean, if you have them, Josh, and you want to send them over, send them. I don't want to modify too much. Here's the thing. I do want to keep this mostly stock. I just want to get it working. Like, I just want us to be able to put this together and not have it freaking... Well, by the way, this is cracked already. So it's cracked from here to the middle of here. Like, there we go. Yeah, that was not holding. That was not going to hold. That was pathetic. Now I got to take this all apart. Oh, this is the one with the strip screw too. Fucking awesome. Oh, don't worry about it then, Josh. Don't worry about it. I'll just print these ones. Now I gotta unscrew these super long screws. Hopefully I can undo that screw by hand. Yeah, the files need to be updated. I don't know how old these files are, but having to rely on community mods and like, there's no documentation for this kit. This like, Luke, Victory Tech, if you're watching, honestly, in my opinion, pause sales on this until this has a proper manual. Like, this should not be in this state that it's in right now. This is, luckily, this stuff's only $300 a spool. Or sorry, 150 a spool. And it's a 3 kilogram spool. Okay, now I got this stupid one that won't come out because it's stripped. Awesome. Fucking awesome. I'm using button heads for these next. These should not, or correction, I'm using socket heads. These should not be button heads. Check Discord, okay. Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to say don't buy the kit. Hopefully they have better document. Because here's the thing. If you know what you're doing, this isn't a showstopper. I'm being extremely overly picky right now. Check the Discord where. What is it? Oh, it's a step file? Okay, download. Like, I'm being overly picky because, like, I don't know. I like to hold stuff to a high standard. Ooh, chunky drives. So these are drop-in replacement. Are these drop-in? Where is not simplify, split two objects, two parts. There you go. No. Split. No, don't simplify, cancel. Split two objects. There you go. There you go. Okay. Boom. Boom. Yes. Get extra 2mm height overall, but they should drop in for the kit files. Okay, cool. So we'll do that. And then we can put heat sets in it. Cool. So now I have to wait for the print that I got going into finish before I can do this. So it's okay, Josh. You didn't put the file. If these were on printables and I download them, you'd be getting hell right now. But since you just sent them to me directly, you're good. You're good. Think a way to, yeah, Reverend, honestly, like, there's set for boron size. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so this kind of sucks. So now this is wasted print. So take all this out. You gotta take this all apart now. This is frustrating. I was really hoping this would go a lot better. If you remember the first time I built one of these, a lot of this is the same. If you go back and watch the stream of me building this the first time, like 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, I'm running into the exact same problems. This is all the exact same issue I had the first time building this kit. It wasn't even a kit, I'd self-source, but it's still the same things. Like, I don't know if it's just a, it just happened like, you know, this was designed when it was just like a fun little project thing. And it just never got updated for like mass market now that, you know, there's kits available. But yeah, so that's a waste. That's a waste. This is a waste. I gotta take this apart now. Yeah, this is, I'm honestly a little disappointed. I'm honestly kind of disappointed. This is not in a state that it, in my opinion, it should be in. Please tell me you're not stripped too. You're stripped too. Fuck. Now here's the thing. Don't, like, I know I'm being super critical, but like, people have built these. There are hundreds of these have been built. But I got a feeling everyone is going through the exact same thing. How many people, how many people in chat go, hey, I had to drill mine out for heat sets. Why are we still drilling out holes for heat sets 2.5 years after the files came out? Why hasn't the files been updated? Like, this should be a print the parts, follow the manual, slap that shit together, go bash heads with it. Not print the parts, start putting it together, go back, undo that. Oh, nope, you used the wrong screws here. Oh, nope, the heat, no, this doesn't actually engage. Oh, drill out the holes. Oh, you broke the holes. Oh, okay, it is coming. Get some aluminum billet and machine on the Milo. I don't have the Milo set up because I don't have room to set it up. I've run out of room. It's in the side of the garage. By the way, since I turned my heater off, like, what, an hour ago, my garage has dropped down from 19 Celsius to 15 Celsius. Awesome possum. Awesome possum. Okay, so all this is garbage. Great. So you go in there. You go over here. You go there. Okay, let's put this all somewhat back together. So I'm just gonna, I don't even know where these fucking screws go. I'm just throwing them all in a bin. You're just all gonna go in here. I'll figure you out later. I really don't care right now. This is disappointing. Honestly, this is kind of disappointing. I already know I'm going to get comments from people going, what, you couldn't even build these are easy to build. But I'm like, that's not the point. Yeah, I can glue this together and, you know, hodgepodge it together and get it kind of half-assed working. That's not the point. The point, if you've never watched me do a build, if you're wondering how I approach builds, we follow the manual and we do what they tell us to do, and we try to find faults in it. Because by finding faults and finding deficiencies, things get improved. The last thing you want is a reviewer, influencer, whatever in this sphere that just goes, everything is perfect, buy it with the affiliate link below. You don't want that. You want me to nitpick and find problems, because by finding problems, we make things better. So, constructive criticism. Yeah. Like, I don't think anything I said today was too harsh. It's just like, okay. Like, again, this is the motor mount I printed. What? Where'd I put the other one? Okay, here, the originals. Yeah, these are the ones I printed over 2 years ago. And I had to drill them out to put the heat sets on this one too. And then these are the most up-to-date, the files. And this... Yep. Goes there, that goes there, that's broken. It's all garbage. Don't lose the battery. Sounds like you missed a good time. I mean, the treads went together really good. The treads went together really good. I really wanted to get this going. I was really looking forward to getting this going. Honestly, what will probably end up happening is I'm going to get these parts reprinted. Part of me wants to get back to this on Tuesday instead of the V2. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And printing it yourself, Chris, it's normal. Anything 3D, like, you usually don't get the printed parts with a lot of projects like this. Usually they don't include at all, or it's an option. Simply for the fact, let's be honest, most print farms suck. Like, it's like Voron kits. Like, yeah, this Seaboard kit came with printed parts. I got rid of a bunch of them. Josh, all the stupid things you found. Like, if you just want to DM me, like, what do you mean, issues you found with the kit kind of thing? Yeah, like, I don't even know if one of these gearboxes is going to explode because the gear's cracked and it's held together with Loctite. Like, yeah. Yeah, very few people included printed parts. And honestly, you don't want printed parts to be included for something like this, because most of the time you'll just get like PLA parts. And it's like, no, I want to print with carbon fiber nylon and other cool, fun stuff. So you kind of want to have you want to be printing your own parts. Okay, it's all in there. Ooh, almost knocked over the Dremel. Motor's going there, motor's there. Okay, well, back in the box. Yep. By the way, let's see if that battery's still, or actually, I've got a bunch of batteries. These NFP batteries, I bought a bunch of these like a while ago and they all died on me. So I might be chucking them. Let's see. Where'd I put my multimeter? I had to super glue a part back together. It was all fine, but a day later there was glue as the blackened part used. Yeah, like, I did not expect to be running into these problems with this. I'm running into the same problems I had when I built this 2 years ago, and they haven't been corrected. Okay, should a battery read 0.0 volts? Okay, this one's dead. What about this guy? This was the one we might have killed today. 0.8 volts. I'm assuming this is dead now. And this guy. No volts. So maybe this one I can save. Let's put it on the charger. No, that one's dead. Maybe it's this one. 0.888 volts. All right, where's my charger? Where is the charger? Over here. Will you take a charge? Oh, light's red, so it's charging. Oh well. You aren't experiencing. I think it's awful. I mean, let's be honest. So let's take a note. Okay. Don't know where the screws go. There's nowhere telling us where the screws go. The printed parts need to be reprinted for proper thread engagement. If you're going for 2.8 millimeters for a 3 mil screw is nowhere near enough thread engagement. It's like what? You want like 2.6 for a hole size if you're relying on thread engagement. 0.2 millimeter of thread engagement is nothing. Because normally, like if you are tapping a hole, like if you are drilling a hole that you are then going to tap to put thread in it, usually it's like what, 75%? So if you're drilling a 10 mil hole, you drill it 7.5 millimeters and then you tap it, right? It's like what, I'm pretty sure 75% is a rule of thumb, right? So yeah, so there's that. So we're gonna have to modify these parts to take heat sets, or either modify the parts to have proper thread engagement. I got a feeling the problem is, you know why? Do you know what I think it is? Honestly, do you know what I think it is? This probably would work fine if I printed this on PLA on a clapped out ender. If I was printing this in PLA on a clapped out ender, everything would be over extruded and we'd have much better thread engagement. I think that's the problem, is I'm printing this on a freaking $10,000 machine with engineering grade filament. That's too good. So I'm actually printing this to the design spec and the design spec don't work. I think that's the problem we ran. I think that's our problem, is I printed this on too good of a printer. Because I had the same problem when I printed on my Voron with ABS. Everything was undersized. Everything. I'm like, these are the same settings I use to print Voron parts, and everything is perfect when I build a Voron. Yet when I printed all the parts for the Deathracer originally, like everything was undersized. All my bearings were loose. Like everything didn't fit right. And I think that's why. So I think if I had printed this on a shittier printer, it probably would have came out better. How's this coming along? It's coming along good. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a random stream this week. I want to build this. This is the problem. I want to build this. I was hoping to get this built. I wanted to drive this around tonight. Damn it. This sucks. Oh well. Enable fuzzy skin. Yeah, enable fuzzy skin on all internal holes to so you get a little bit extra bite. Oh, are we doing the draw soon? Oh yeah, we're at 11. I can do the draw. This sucks. This sucks. It's annoying. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. Yeah, this proxy. Well, I don't know how old these files are. That's the problem. Like, yeah, I've got files here that were sent to me, but they're, you know, when I downloaded them, that's how old they are. Like, I don't know how old these are. Like, the instructions I got here, video detailing assembly. This video's from 2.5 years ago. So it doesn't, this is the old motor design and everything. So this is all out of date, mostly. Yeah. Yeah, this, if they're selling a kit, there needs to be a better thing. Okay. Let's do the giveaway. If you didn't enter to win some filament from POLYMAKER, you got 1 minute to enter. Link in the video description. Impromptu screw sorting stream. I'd work on the helmet instead. Okay, let's see here. Slide down. Printer settings. Let's go here. Custom G code. Okay, where is the stupid set tamer? There, get rid of this. I think I can. Do I need this? Okay, let me. Well, this is problem. Okay. If that set chamber temperature target. Oh, okay, so I got to delete all this chamber. Okay, so delete all this. And delete all this. I don't want it to be doing chamber temperature waiting for stabilization because it takes too long. The way this saves the chamber. That'll work. Whatever. The way this the chamber is really big and the thermistor is like on the back. So the problem is it's the wall behind it is so cold it doesn't actually ever read the chamber temperature. It reads like it's not accurate, unfortunately. It's fine in the summer, but because it's so cold in my garage, it doesn't read it right. So I basically tell it to ignore it. So export G code, save that, and now we gotta wait for that to print and that. I didn't have a drink tonight, that's the problem. Yeah, need one after that. Okay, let's do this giveaway. If you didn't enter to win some filament from POLYMAKER, you will have another chance on, I don't know, Tuesday, probably. Link to sheets, there we go, create. Okay, how many people like the T70 or T32 and T34 and I need to yell at them? Let's see here, delete that. Files, save. Close that. Open marbles. Where is marbles? There we go. The Lehman Russ, yeah. Okay. Move the cam. I don't want to move the cam. Continue. Race. Names. Clear. Open. Names. 295. Okay, let's go with taking flight. Why not? 295. Play. So remember, exclamation mark zoom zoom makes you go faster. Exclamation mark gullible makes everyone else go slower. If you like the smash button and are subscribed to the channel, it greases up your ball and makes it go faster. And if I pick your name, not only do you win a spool of filament from POLYMAKER, because the winner gets a spool of filament from POLYMAKER, if I pick your name here and you win, you also get a free hat. So good luck to this person. Sean Lindsay, if you win, you get a free hat off the merch store. Off we go. Just the Ken, no. Everything is to size with the Deathracer, or correction, the Pantheon. Like I printed a bunch of Voron parts, they all came out perfectly. I think it's just the sizing of the holes is just off. Because like the holes that are designed for like thread engagement, where you have like just screwing into plastic, you only have 0.2 millimeter of thread engagement altogether. Because it's a 3 millimeter screw going into a 2.8 millimeter hole. So you only have 0.1 millimeter of thread engagement on each side. That's 4 thou. You have 8 thou of thread engagement. That's, pardon my French, but that's fuck all. So if you're not over extruding and you're, it comes out on size, you got nothing. So the moment you're tightening those screws and you put any too much force on that, you just rip it right out. What all the parts need to be resized to properly fit heat sets. It's simple as that. Anything where you're on this, anything that's screwing plastic into plastic that's actually structural and not just holding on something cosmetic, the hole should be resized to fit a heat set. And also the manual, there needs to be a proper manual actually calling out what goes where on these kits. Because right now, there's no way to really know. Congratulations, Elizabeth Neiman. You have won yourself a spool of filament from POLYMAKER. You'll get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament. So golf claps in chat, Elizabeth. So yeah, and the problem is there's no manual. So I have a instruction manual for like the original version of the Deathracer from like 2.5 years ago. I've got like a video from like Sam from around that time. Then I also got another video from Sam. Thread into Vorons is 2.9. Really? That's it, Steve? Really? Also, 2.9, but that's all you're getting for thickness. You're getting 2.8, and you're only getting like 4 or 5 mil of engagement for thread. I don't know. I've managed to rip out several of them already, so. Let me exit this. But yeah, because we were trying to screw in the motor mounts, and basically as soon as like the screw, like, you know, you finished, it would just spin freely. Like if you put any some amount of extra torque, it would just rip the thread right out. So yeah. But we don't really screw into plastic on Vorons for structural stuff either too often, I don't believe. It's all, we use heat sets everywhere now, right? Like, is there anything on Voron that you actually screw into plastic that's structural? Like, I not like panels or cover plates or something. I'm actually talking about structural stuff that actually needs to take force. Elizabeth. There's Elizabeth. Correct, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like stuff like end stuff and stuff like that, it doesn't matter. But like, this needs to actually hold to the thing. This is a motor mount. So you've only got, I keep having to use my micrometer because I don't have my verniers broken. So you are screwing into a 3mm screw into 5.8mm of plastic to hold a motor mount. They should be heat sets. They need to be heat sets. Yeah, there's a difference between holding bearings and actual structure. Yeah, yeah. Like the motor mounts need to be heat set. The drive assembly to the main frame needs to be heat set. The 2-part body's heat set. This is heat set, but like this isn't. I don't know how this part goes on. Does it go like that? Yeah, like this goes like that. Like that's. Oh wait, it goes like this. I don't even know how this attaches, but yeah, yeah. Touch and not tighten. I know, but then they rip right out. That's the problem. Whole idea of these tanks is they get broken in combat. Yeah, but they're not supposed to break during assembly. Like the fact that I'm like stripping thread out of glass-filled nylon so easily. Like here, grab this thing. So let me get one that I haven't screwed. So this one I haven't screwed up. Okay, so this one screws in. So like, so let's see here. Super glue to the rescue, yeah. Like I'm screwing this in and it feels like a tapped metal hole. Okay, so it's screwed in and the threads are ripped. Like no force there and the threads are gone. Like there's nothing. There's nothing biting here. This is. Now, to be fair, I don't really use glass-filled high-temperature nylon in this kind of roll that often, but I'm assuming it would be pretty bitey and stiff. Yeah, that literally, if I wasn't paying attention, I wouldn't even known I had bottomed this out. And this is a motor mount. This is a motor mount. Can the screws be heat setted? Oh no, what we're gonna do is even better. Is we're gonna reprint these parts with proper size holes so I can put heat sets in them. And then we'll just screw into the heat sets. Cause like, oh, I already turned it off. Like, you can't see, but like, yeah, it just ripped the thread right out. There's like no engagement there. Mods from the only thing that has broken something was hitting a brick wall at full speed. Oh, with your mods, yeah. So yeah, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna reprint some parts, and we'll just come back at it with newer printed parts. Simple as that. And hopefully they get a manual for this thing that's actually up to date with all the new stuff, especially now that there's a kit. Because now that there's a kit, you can make an actual dedicated manual for the kit because you know all the motors that are in it, you know the screws that are in it, you have all the proper instructions in it. So yeah. No, that was just a random M3 screw I grabbed. But yeah, like here, let me grab this. So this is where the frame attaches, okay? So for one, you don't even get full engagement. So mounting the frame, you have, what we got here? Oop. Here. So 4.5 millimeters of engagement. By the way, for the record, for those that want to know, I know this isn't a one-to-one comparison, but when I worked in the tool and mold industry, building injection molds, rule of thumb for thread engagement was for steel, 1.5 times. So if you have a 10 millimeter screw going into steel, you need to have 15 millimeter of thread engagement. So that means either the steel needs to be 15 millimeters thick if it's going all the way through, or you need to drill a hole deep enough that you can drill it deep enough and then fully tap it 15 millimeters deep. So that way you get 1.5 times diameter of thread engagement. That's how you get the rated spec. So when you look at a screw and it's like rated to hold this much weight, to get that weight or rating, it needs to be in material that's properly rated, so steel, and you need 1.5 times thread engagement. That's how you get the proper full rating. Aluminum is 3 times. So if you got a 10 mil screw going into an aluminum block, you need 30 millimeters of engagement to get that full strength rating. So if a 3 millimeter screw is going into 4.5 millimeters of plastic, what kind of rating are you getting? Because we're not even getting, we're getting 1.5 times. Yeah, that gave right away. That gave right away. I don't think the parts were designed for like PLA. I don't believe. How much for brass? I don't know brass because we didn't really do brass. I think we just drilled. Basically, if you're doing it yourself, you just drill. You just drill as deep as you go. Bury the tap. Rule of thumb is bury the tap. Yeah, so I'm doing a different one here. Let's try this one. So let's see, can I, so I'm going in by hand. Yeah, it's stripped. Yeah, if you get any, like, luckily a lot of the forces are shear forces in this. So it's not like you're gonna rip it out, but you can rip it out because while you are mostly dealing with shear forces, there are pull forces on these too, especially like the motor mounts probably. So yeah, I'm gonna reprint these with heat sets and then we'll come back to it. I'm honestly disappointed. I was so happy when I looked in this kit the first time and I saw all the heat sets, and I'm like, great, because I remember how much it sucked building this without heat sets the first time and how everything fell apart. And then I printed all the parts, and they're the old original parts because they haven't been updated. And I'm like, so why did I get all these heat sets? The only parts that I printed that use heat sets are the 6 for this. Nothing else in this. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sorry, the 8 for this. Nothing else uses heat sets. Why? This should be heat sets. Those should be heat sets. Anything structural needs to be heat sets on something like this. Or much bigger screws with way more thread engagement. So. Yeah, like stud heads and engine, 12 mil bolt, get 40 millimeter engagement in cast. Yeah, cast iron, because cast iron's brittle. Cast iron will shatter, right? It's cast. I've had to work on cast iron. Cast iron sucks working with. If anyone here has ever had to drill, or God help you, have to weld cast iron, ugh. That shit sucks. So yeah, that's the trick. If you want to win the next Deathracer competition, build a Deathracer that has a claw that can rip stuff apart. Because unless they use heat sets, it'll just rip apart. So yeah, so I think we're gonna call it there. It's getting cold out here. I'm gonna reprint these. I'll reprint the other stuff. I don't know what we're gonna do Tuesday. I kind of want to get back to this on Tuesday. I'm not angry. I'm not frustrated. But I'm like, I really wanted to build this. I want this to go zoom. So I think on Friday or Tuesday, we'll be back at this, I think. So I'm gonna get that email shot off to Elizabeth, and yeah, we'll carry on. We'll carry on Tuesday with this, and hopefully attempt 2 goes a bit better. Also, I'm not using the button heads. I'm throwing all the button heads out because those button heads strip like crazy. I don't trust them. So yeah, so we'll get that fixed and then we'll go back. Honestly, I am disappointed. I was hoping, I really wanted to get this built. I want my little robot battle tank. I want this. I was gonna go drive it in the snow outside. I was gonna build it and then drive it off into the snow. But, oh well. What is your Deathracer supposed to look like when it's done? I see 20 versions. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, there's a bunch of different versions of it. But this is a kit. So if little Timmy goes and buys the kit, it should build that one at least. I can help. Well, I'm on Discord. Just DM me. DM me, Josh. I'm on Discord. Or unless you're talking to Drew. Have you seen the Nomad, the Indestructible RC? Maybe? I don't know. You went through all this the other day? Yeah. You know what? I will grace you with the friend request accept. Just be aware, I'll probably kick you off my friend list at some point. My friend list on Discord is literally friends, like people I actually know, or like, because I get like a dozen friend invites a week on Discord, so. Unless I actually know you, I usually don't keep up on my friends list. Deathracer build tips, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll watch that video at some point. But yeah, okay. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Shout out to Big Tree Tech for sending the kit over. The treads went together good. We got the treads together. That went good. But yeah, we'll revisit this on Tuesday. I'll get updated parts printed. I might put it back together to the point where we were at. I think what I'll do, I'll get all the parts printed. I'll put one of the motor sides together, make sure it's good, and then on Tuesday we'll put the other side together and get it going from there. And then I got to figure out how the wiring goes, because hey, there's no wiring diagram. Hope you know how to wire up an RC car. Hope you know the motor configs. Do you know how to set up a motor for tank controls? Where's that at? Where's that documentation? I'm being really hard for those. Again, I'm going to reiterate this because I know people are going to leave a comment about it. I'm being this hard because this is now a kit. This is something that one little kid watched a random YouTube video, went, I want to build that, and they bought the kit. So this just showed up. This kit showed up at their door, and they want to build a Deathracer. Where the hell do they go from there? Because there's no documentation on the site at all. And unless you already know about the Deathracer like Facebook group or Discord, unless you know about that already, you are SOL. There needs to be a link on that Big Tree Tech page, on the store page, telling people where to get additional information, or at least where they even get the files. Because, like, again, this is on a store page for a website. Somebody could just be browsing the Big Tree Tech site right now and go, hey, this is pretty cool. Like, here, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up here. Yeah. So you're on the Big Tree Tech site. You're just perusing. They have a sale. Oh, this is pretty cool. Okay, add to cart, buy it. Okay, it shows up a week later. Okay, I want to build this. Where do I go from here? There is no link to any files. There's no links to any manuals. There's no links to any instructional videos. So unless you already know what this is, and you fully are aware of everything that goes together with a Deathracer kit, if you buy this kit and it shows up, you are SOL. There's nothing here other than Sam. Okay, who's Sam? I don't know who Sam is. I'm just on this site. This is on sale. This looks cool. I want to build a 3D printed tank. Where do I go from here? Oh, hey, I don't even have Facebook. Facebook sucks. I know there's a big Deathracer Facebook group, but I don't have Facebook. So what am I going to do? Like, this is a 250 Canadian, okay, what, $200 kit. There needs to be proper documentation now. Like, we can't be YOLOing this anymore at this point. I'm sorry. Can't just be YOLOing this anymore. It's way too undercooked to be this. It's too undercooked to be this. It needs to be finished. So. Yeah, it comes with the controller, but it doesn't tell you how to set up the controller. It doesn't even tell you how to wire it up. Like, because this has pre-made wiring harnesses. So this wires up differently than the one I did. So how does that pre-made stuff even go together? I don't know. Like, I'm sure we could figure it out. Again, this isn't that complicated. But I'm approaching this into, these are things that can make this a lot better. Because somebody, I'm part of the Voron team, okay? I don't really go into the help sections on the Discord much anymore, but I used to. You would be surprised at the things people just get hung up on because it's not properly illustrated or it's missing a picture. One picture could solve so much trouble a lot of the time. So it's like, yeah, I'm sure most of us can figure out, I know how to, I've already built one of these. I know how it goes together. I just wasn't expecting to be running into the same problems I ran into 2.5 years ago when I built one of these. So yeah, so that's kind of my initial impression is, unless you know what you're doing, don't buy one of these. unless you are fully aware you're gonna have to do some fiddling. As of right now, this kit needs some time in the oven. It needs documentation and properly updated files, because these files, while they work, they are woefully unoptimized, especially for this kit. So yeah. We're on document. When I built my V2.0, we didn't even have a manual. You had a CAD. You didn't even have a CAD. We had a 3-minute YouTube video. Figure it out. Here's the STLs. So yeah, that's improved. Okay, we're calling it there. I'm cold. I'm frustrated. I'm gonna have to reprint a whole bunch of parts for this, and then we'll come back at it on Tuesday. Yeah. So yeah, shout out to Big Tree Tech for sending the kit over. I'll see you guys on Friday or Saturday if you're watching this. Sorry, I wish it went better. I wish it went better. And it will go better. I'll get the parts updated and we'll get this going on Tuesday. It's just, I really didn't expect it, again, be pulling out the part from 2.5 years ago from the last one I built and going, yep, I had to do the same sketchy DIY drilling out a hole to put heat sets in back then that I'm having to do now. So we're gonna do it right. Gonna do it right. We'll get it fixed. We'll get it built. We'll have some fun with it. We'll drive it around and I'll crash into people's ankles. Also, shout out to POLYMAKER for the spool filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Links for all of that and more, video description. And for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others that became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. Not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create. Without your continued support, you make it all possible. And Taylor the Canuck creator, I'm cold. I'm gonna go get a drink. Goodbye.